House Republicans are set to torpedo the Senate's bipartisan compromise to extend the payroll tax cut for 2 months. That means 160 million Americans could see a tax increase in just 2 weeks. For more on this payroll tax fight, we're going to head over to the White House, where Hans Nichols is standing by with Budget Director Jacob Lew. Hans.
Scarlett, thanks for having us. Jack Lew here with the head of the OMB. Thanks for being with us. I want to start off with what sort of affirmative indications Speaker Boehner gave to you that his House, that his chamber would be passing the 2-month extension.
Good to be with you, Hans. As you know, negotiations last week were really between Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and the Minority Leader, Senator Mitch McConnell. At various points in the week, there were conversations between Senator Reid and Speaker Boehner. My understanding, and really leading up to the things that are reported to have been said in the conference, there was a three-way understanding about what the Senate was taking up. And I think 89 votes in the Senate suggest that there was pretty broad acceptance of it as a bipartisan agreement. My understanding of the phone call that happened on Saturday, based on public reports, is that at the beginning of the call, the Speaker was urging his members to support the bipartisan agreement. It was only at the end that he was changing his position and being against it.
But Speaker Boehner never indicated to you, never spoke to anyone in the White House saying, we're on board with this deal.
I think the question really is one between Senator Reid and Senator McConnell and Speaker Boehner. My understanding when this came up in the Senate is that it was something that all parties had understood and agreed to, and I would leave it to them to answer that question.
Okay. Has there been any contact between the White House and Boehner today?
I am not aware of direct conversations today, no. I think that they're working on coming back into town and getting ready for their meetings later today.
And it looks like, by all indications, that this bill is going to go down. What's the next step from the White House?
Well, look, I hope that with quite a few hours left before the House votes, that they look at the situation, they look at the fact that 160 million Americans are going to see their taxes go up on January 1st, that 2.5 million Americans are going to see their unemployment benefits expire. There is a choice. In the Senate, Republicans and Democrats agreed, extend this and let's continue the debate next year. It's not a good thing, and they have time to do the right thing.
So White House isn't giving up hope that tonight the House can end up passing it?
You know, I think if you look at where we are right now, there's, part of the Republican caucus that is very firmly in a place where, frankly, it's been throughout the year. They've been against anything that could get a bipartisan agreement. It's going to take willingness to work across lines, and that's what Senator McConnell and Senator Reid did last week.
Well, what's the source of your optimism? Because there's not a whole lot of indication from the Hill that this is going to get done.
I didn't say I was optimistic. I said there was time. From all indications, I think there will be an overwhelming, if not unanimous, Democratic vote for it. I think left to vote the way they think is right, there are a lot of Republicans who would vote for this. I hope that they give the House a chance to vote for this. And if not, the consequence will be the House will have taken away a tax benefit. It would have increased taxes on 160 million working Americans. That's a bad thing.
It's basically a $30 billion 2-month extension, right? The president asked for $447 billion when he submitted his jobs bill. Is this president settling for just a small slice of what he wanted?
Well, to be clear, the 2-month extension was to get this into the end of February so that we'd be able to work together on a package that would have a full-year extension. So it would be substantially larger than that on a full-year basis. We're not opposed to doing this on a full year. We proposed doing it for a full year. Last week, given the shortness of time, what they were able to agree to on a bipartisan basis was this 2-month extension. They should pass the 2-month extension and go back to work on something that would get it extended for the rest of the year. So I'm not going to argue against doing it for a full year. But I don't think that the answer right now is to increase taxes for 160 million Americans on January 1.
Okay. Thank you very much, Director Lew.